Share. Okay. So guys, I already started the recording in my local mission. Okay. Once recording is done, I mean class is done, then what I can do, I can able to upload into our channel and I can share the link with you. Okay. You don't need to wait for, or else you already seen that in yesterday's class video, right? The same location I can able to upload it. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So guys, today's topic is it's a continuation of the statistics only. So we can say that it's a second module from the statistics. So side heading, types of data and data collection. Side heading, types of data and data collection. Like before we start about data collection and all, first we need to aware of it. What is data? What is data? Can anybody share it? What is data?
Data
Hmm?
is somewhat like data is somewhat like the information
Group of
Yeah.
or the
information.
group of.
Mhm. Data is simply it's a raw information. It doesn't mean that it could be anything. Anything it could be a data only. Okay. So if you're talking about one specific thing, that it could be the information, raw information collected from where we are collecting. So we are collecting from various sources, right? So when we are doing some kind of observation, by the time by observing you can get some kind of data. Okay. And or else we might be do some kind of surveys and all, right? From the surveys we can generate the data, and sensors also it could be generate the data. And when we do some kind of experiments and all that particular situation also, we might be generate the data. Even when we build some kind of application and the logs, it could be generate the data, right? So it's a very simple, guys. The data is it's a kind of raw information. Raw information in the sense I can tell you one example. What is difference between raw information and information? Everything is data only. Okay. So, for example, today I'm just talking about one particular thing. Today I will come. What it is? It's a data only. It's a piece of information only. But we are not. There is no meaning of it. Today I will come. Today I will come. Okay. So, is there any meaning over here? Today I will come. Is there any meaning over here? Like where you're coming, by what time you're coming, to whom do you want to meet? So do you have any kind of information? Do you have any kind of information? Today I will come. Just this is the statement you have it. This is also data only. Okay, this is also data only, but it's a raw information. That means you're not talking about anything. There is no specific meaning at all. Okay, there is no proper clarity and all. Okay, it's just a collecting some information. Okay, it's just collecting some kind of information, and it's just it's a piece of information actually. Okay, there is no proper clarification. Okay, but I can write the sentence something like this, or else I can tell you today I will I will meet I will meet you. Today I will meet you. Okay, at 4 p.m. Okay, in my office, in my office. Okay, so which one is a more clarity? You tell me.
Second one.
Yeah, the second one.
Second one is having bit of some clarity, right? So this is information. What information which is? This information which is talking about you're going to be meet some particular person at some time, right? So that is information. And this is also information only. But the information is, it's a raw information. It's a proper information. It's a, meaningful information. Okay. So even it is the proper information or even it is the raw information, everything it could be a data only. Okay. See, the data which we are collected by observations, like while you're doing some kind of thing, you might be do some kind of observations. By the way, you can able to collect the data. And if you want to do some kind of survey, for example, next elections, which party will be go for win, so that you want to do some kind of survey. If you want to do some kind of survey also, you might be do, we can collect the data with help of surveys and all. Okay. And you're working with some kind of IoT companies or embedded companies and all. So there we do have various sensors, right? The sensors, it might be generating some data. Okay, that all data we can able to collect and we can holding into the cloud and all, and we can do some kind of experiments. So this all different ways, and we do have various other options, options also. But thing is that these are the main things like observation, surveys, and sensors and experiments. By the way, you can able to collect the raw information. Okay.
Okay.
So, what is the necessity of collecting the data? For example, if I consider the ML models, how this particular ML models will work? See, you must have some kind of historical data. You must have some kind of historical data. This particular historical data, we have to be splitting into the training part as well as we have to split into the testing part. With help of the training part, we can train your model. Once model was trained, then we can have a model evolution. So the model evolution or validation we can do with help of testing. If model validation it is working fine, then we can able to finalize your model. Okay. See, even if you want to train the model or even if you want to validate the model or evolution of your model, then we require the data or not. Okay. We require the data or not. I need clarification, guys. We need the data or
Yes,
not.
yes, we need. Yeah, we
Yes,
need.
yes.
By the time of training, by the time of testing also, we require the data actually. So simply what I can say in machine learning, data is the fuel, okay, for model. So when we have more or when we have better the data, you might be get the better the model. Okay. If we have only a small amount of data, if you have only small amount of data, are you comfortable or are we confident about your model whether it is working fine with any new data? But if you have some kind of
No.
large data, and so here also you build the model and here also we build the model, and which is giving like 90% of results are good. Okay. But here it is giving like 98% of results, it might be a chance of good. Clear? So now you can tell me which model is good, whether the when you train with a large amount of data or whether you train with a small amount of data.
Large.
And when you train with a large amount of data, and it should be the better and it should be the relevant actually. Okay. When we have large amount of data and it must be relevant to your specifications or model use case, then that particular situation you might be a chance of getting the good results actually. Okay. Very simple term. Data is a very data is nothing but it's a raw information, and we can collect in the various sources. And when we have better the data, we can able to build the better the machine learning model. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. When we talking about data, there we do have two types of data actually. Okay. There is a two types of data. What are those? The first one is the qualitative. What it is? Qualitative. Second one is,
Quantitative.
yes, quantitative. Okay. So quantitative, qualitative, what is difference it is? Quality, which is talking about some quality, right? And quantity means some amount, measure, some value. Okay, so quality is nothing but it's a kind of category. So basically, qualitative data types, what it will do, it will describe about categorical data. It will describe categories, okay, or else groups. But when coming to the quantitative, so which is data, we are talking about numerical meaning, something which is in a numerical format, then we can say that it's a quantitative. Let me consider I have a black pen and the cost is 6 rupees. Now tell me from this particular data, what are the qualitative, what is the quantitative? See,
6 rupees is quantitative.
6
Black
rupees
pen
is
is
quantitative.
qualitative.
Yes, black and pen, and these are the things comes under the qualitative. Okay.
Qualitative. Mhm.
Yeah, so which we are describing about color, right? Color, and it's kind of a pen means it's a kind of object, right? Okay, it might be a group of pens and all. So black pen, these are the different kind of qualitative kind of data. And so here the data which is talking about quantitative. So this is your information. From the information which is this information which is might be formed with qualitative as well as quantitative, right? So as a statistical engineer or else machine learning engineer, it's your job actually to know to identify whether it is the qualitative data, whether it is the quantitative data, right?
Yeah.
Any question? Yeah.
No.
When we're talking about the qualitative data, there also we have two type of qualitative data. One is nominal qualitative data, as well as ordinal. Okay, and nominal means what? So see, nominal means it's kind of color, right? And pen is a nominal. So see, when we are giving some kind of names and all, there is no order. So is there any order for pen? Is there any
No.
order for, you might have the black pen, you might have the yellow pen, you might have the red pen and all, right? Okay. See, is there any order for the pens or is there an order for colors and all? Okay. So there is no order. So you can give it your data without any order. That kind of a scenario, we can say that's a ordinal data. Okay. No order. No order. Clear? And coming to the and ordinal, for example, I can say I can write the same sentence. I have black pen, black pen, and and the cost is medium level, medium. Okay, or else cheap. Cost is high, the cost is low, the cost is high, medium. See, tell me from this particular thing, what are the qualitative data? What is quantitative data? So here it is a black and a pen, and there is no quantitative data here. Everything it could be qualitative only. So black and pen are comes under to the nominal because there is no order at all. So we can, but when coming to the high, low, medium, is there any order, right? It is having some kind of order, right? Yes or no? I definitely it could be less than the medium. Okay. Medium, it could be less than the low, right or not? So there is some order, right? Whenever you have a qualitative data, it is a chance of having some kind of ordering kind of stuff. That particular situation, we can say that it's a ordinal data type. Clear?
Yes.
I need your confirmation whether you're following or not. See, when we are talking about qualitative, there is a two chances. One is qualitative and quantitative. Whenever it is a qualitative, again we do have a two chances of one is nominal data, one is ordinal data, and there is no proper order on all that particular situation that we can say that it's a nominal. So like object names and color names, gender things and all, there is no order at all. But coming to the ordinal, so when we can arrange the data in a proper order, that kind of characteristics, we can say that's the ordinal kind of stuff. Okay. Yep. And coming to the quantitative data, so here also we have a two types of subtypes are there. The first one is the discrete, and second one is continuous. Tell me what is discrete and what is continuous. Something you can able to countable. Something you can able to countable. For example, in a class, 60 members. In a class, in class 60 students are there. Okay. So if the 60 is the countable or not? So within a class, we can count it, right? Okay. So that kind of thing, we can call it as the discrete data. And for example, within the same thing, in a class, the average height of the students are 5.6. So it's a continuous. So we can't measure exactly. We can't count exactly. So it's a kind of measurable numbers. So we can't countable. It's a measurable numbers. Okay. Something you can countable, that we can call it as the discrete. Something we can able to measure it, that we can call it as the continuous. It's a measurable data. It is countable data. I hope you understood, right?
Yes.
See, the data always we can measure with the help of some scales and all. So that we can call it as the scales of measurements. Side heading. So different scales we can measure the data. At what are the scales we do have it? So it could help you. First of all, scales of measurement, it could help you to understand the level of data. What is the use of this one? To understand the level of data. That is a scale of measurements. Okay. So the first one is nominal. Nominal, you already know that nominal means label kind of stuff. Just a label only. There is no order at all. For example, gender, okay, and colors and person names and all, that it could be the nominal. Okay. And the next one is ordinal. It's a second level of data. Okay. The data, it could be order. It could be order, but no exact difference. No exact difference. That means you might have the data something like small, medium, and large, right? So can you do difference between the medium and large? Is it possible? If I ask you, like, what is the difference between a medium and small? Did you answer did you answer for this particular question? There is no meaning at all, right? Okay. So there is no exact difference between these things actually. Okay. Like poor, good, and excellent. So these are all ordinal kind of stuff. we can't do the difference. We can't do some kind of mathematical operations on ordinal kind of stuff. So for example, I can represent small is 0 and medium is 1 and large is 2. If I give the numbering for this order, small, medium, large as like 0, 1 and 2, can we do difference? No, we can't do the difference between 1 minus 0. We can't do the difference between 2 minus 1. We can't do the difference because we can't remove or we can't differentiate from the one ordinal data to another ordinal data. Okay, clear? I need clarification, guys.
Yeah, I'm clear, Ranjan.
Third kind of stuff, it is intervals. Intervals means some range, right? It's kind of range, right? So here, ordinal data, there we do have order. So it's the same kind of ordinal data only. Here also we do have order. For example, 10 to 20 is a one range. Okay. 20 to 30 is a one range. And 40 to 30 to 40 is one range. Okay. So it's order or not. Okay. We can do the difference also. We can do the difference. So order and there is a meaningful differences. Okay. So that exactly the intervals. And it's no true zero. Like examples, temperature in Celsius and all. And last but not least, which is ratio. So it's a ratio is nothing but you do have intervals plus true zero, like salary and weight and all. It could be the ratios and we can have the true zero and all. Okay. So it's a kind of ratio, intervals, ordinal and nominal. So these are the scale of measurements or level of data. Okay. Nominal is one level, ordinal is one level, interval is one level, ratio is one level. Different ways we can scale your, you can measure your data. I hope you understood. If you have any question, I can answer you the answer. I can answer your questions. Done?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Now let's talk about the population and sample. I think this terms also I already explained in yesterday's session, right? So what is mean that population? It's entire group or all experiments you are considering. It's entire your data, the whole data and all. So that we can call it as the population. Let's take some example. All employees in your company. If you consider all the employees in your company, then the whole thing we can call it as the population. Okay. And sample means it's kind of subset, right? It's a subset of population. It's a subset of population. For example, in your company only, we are just collecting only 50 samples or 50 members as one group or else as a sample. So you're just selected only 50 employees from your university or from your company, that we can call it as the sample kind of stuff. Okay. So there is a different ways we can able to collect the data that you already know that. What are the ways we can able to collect the data? One is surveys, and we can do some kind of experiments. By the way, you can able to collect the data. And so by the time of observational studies and all, okay, observational studies and all, from there also we can able to collect the data. And might be some situation sensors also, it could be generate the data, something like IoT devices and all. Okay. And so web scraping, with help of the web scraping, so we can able to collect the data, or from APIs and all also we can able to collect the data. These are the different ways from the different sources we can, or different methods we can collect the data. These are the data collection methods. When we are working with one particular project, so you need to collect the data. So these are the different methods actually for collecting the data, by doing surveys, by doing some experiments, by doing some kind of observations. And so from web scraping, these are the different methods we can do. With help of these methods we can collect the data and all. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, my question is that now I would like to go for creating some kind of sample data set using Pandas. Let me open my Visual Studio Code. Guys, you also try to open your Visual Studio Code. You can see my screen, right? Say yes or no. You can see my screen or not?
Yes,
Yes,
it is
Anjan.
visible.
Okay, so yesterday's session, I explained you like how we can create your virtual environment, and how we can able to enable your activate your virtual environment, right? So this is underscore statistics, sorry, dot statistics underscore VNV is my virtual environment. Okay, so first I just go for my workspace in my Visual Studio Code, and I would like to be activated, and script activate. So this is how I can able to activate my virtual environment. So within that one, I already installed the NumPy and Pandas. Okay, I installed the NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. Okay, so now fine actually. So now what I'm doing actually, I would like to go for creating the data set. I'm just creating some data set using Pandas. So heading creating the sample data set using what? Using Pandas. Okay, so Pandas is one of the Python library, so that you already installed with the name of, for example, PD, and so you can able to import NumPy as the NP, and Matplotlib as PLT plot. Okay, so different names you can give it as with help of as keyword. Okay, instead of using this whole name, we can give these shortcuts with help of as keyword and all. Okay, I hope you good. I hope you're good so far. Now, what I'm doing actually, I would like to go for creating the data frame. So, if you want to create the data frame, first you should have a data, right? Okay, the data, it could be a dictionary, and the dictionary, it is having. I'm just creating like no dictionary. So, gender is my one, and so here I have a male and a female. Okay, and so gender, and maybe I do have three samples, or it could be any data actually. I'm just taking like no different four elements I'm considering it, or four um, samples data I'm considering it. For example, male. Okay, this is my one column. Okay, age. So age, in the sense, each and every, I'm going to be age of that specific person. For example, 23 and 45. And so there I have four elements, so that age is also should have the four. So 60 and 28. Okay, so this is my age column, and so each and every person of income details also I want to be collect. Okay, income. So income of that specific each and every person. For example, it's a 50,000. Okay, and 1 lakh, or 35,000 or 3 lakhs, something like that. And I would like to give the education level as well. Education level. Okay. When coming to the education level, and for example, he's a graduate student and he is the postgraduate student, PG candidate. Okay. And second person, he is the um even he is also graduate only. And next, he is the PhD candidate. Okay. So see, so this is my dictionary. It's a Python data type, and here I have a gender, and these are the four four members are there. For the four members, corresponding four members in the sense the four members income and that their age, their gender, their education level. You're collecting the four people. This data we are collecting for the four people. Okay, so this is the data I would like to go for converting into the data frame. How we can converting into the data frame, okay, or data set. So for in pandas we do have a data frame class is there. So this particular data frame class, it can be taking as input is your data, that means as a dictionary, that it could be converting into the df. Okay, so now we would like to go with print our df actually. Okay, if you run it, what happened we'll see. So here we have a run option, or else python dot python and introduction to statistics, and if you run it, you will get some kind of results. You're importing these libraries, and you're creating the data set, and you're creating the data dictionary that you're converting into the data frame. See, this is your gender, age, income, and education level. So this is how you maintain your data. Okay, this is your data frame actually. So in Python, when you're working with the pandas, so it could be something tabular format. See, when you're observing this kind of data, what you understood actually. So can you tell me from this particular data, what are the ordinal data? What are the uh, nominal data? What are the ratio data and all? Upender?
Yes, Sanjay.
So from this particular data set, let me know, just observe it. What are the data elements or what are the columns or belongs to the corresponding data type? Gender, is it nominal data or ordinal data?
Gender,
Nominal data.
uh,
Nominal data.
Yeah, gender is the nominal data. When coming to the education level, is it nominal or ordinal?
Ordinal.
It's ordinal. And age and income, it could be a kind of quantitative data, right? Okay.
Discrete values.
Yeah. So that's it actually. So these are the different data types we have it. If you want to understand what are the data types of those things as well, then what we can do, we do have D types. D types is the method or attribute. So if with help of this one, we can able to find out the data type of each and every column in our data set. It's a D types, not D type. See? See, these are the four columns we have it. Gender is object. Object means qualitative. Education level is object. Object means qualitative. It won't give you like a nominal or ordinal. It's our perspective. Okay. It's pandas knows only two things: object or integers or float, something like that, or array, something like that. It doesn't know that it's a nominal or ordinal. Okay, that's our choice. That's our observation. Is it clear? Object means qualitative, Integer 64 is quantitative. I need clarification, guys. Did you get this stuff or not?
Yes.
Okay. Let's continue the. I hope you understood how we can able to create your own data frame in your Python programming language. Now I would like to go with sharing another thing like, yeah. Now next concept, it's the third module. What is the third module? Have you written that the modules what I explained on the day one? What is the third
Descriptive
module?
statistics.
That is good. Third one is, it's a descriptive statistics. What is descriptive statistics? What is the use of it? See, descriptive statistics is your module number 3, guys. Okay. So when we are talking about descriptive statistics, it could help you to summarize. It could help you to summarize and describe main features in your data set. So, just a few minutes back, I have given a data set something like this, right? Gender and age, income, and education level, right? So these are the features: gender, age, education level. These are the features. Okay. So with the help of descriptive statistics, what we can do, we can summarize or we can describe the main features in your data set. In your data set, here we have 4 features, but in real time, you might have thousands of features. Okay. For that all thousands of features, we need to describe, you need to summarize it. So that's how you need to understand your data. Is it clear? It is like getting a big picture like of the data before we might be move some kind of complex methods and all. So that particular situation, our descriptive statistics, it could help you. Is there any question like the definition of the descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics is subset of the statistics actually. So here the main importance of this one, we can summarize or we can describe of your features and the 2 main features in your data set. For that one, we can definitely learn descriptive statistics. If you're not aware of descriptive statistics, then how you can understand the data in your data set, right? If you really understand, if you want to really describe, then definitely we need to go for learn the descriptive statistics. Okay. Let me consider a small example. You have, if you have an exam, if you have exam score, okay, of 100 students, and you can summarize how you can summarize. What you can summarize? We can summarize average score. Yes or no? For example, if you have the 100 students in your class and they might be getting that score of each and every subject and all, then you might pass the question, what is the average score of your class, right? That particular situation, you're considering all the students marks and all, and we can able to do the average of it, right? And what is the middle score? That means medium score, median score. That we can call it as the medium. Okay. And you might be asked some question, some kind of question. What is the most common score? It might be repeated. Most common score. Okay. That we can call it as the mode. Okay. And how the data it was spread. For example, if you distribute your data, or if you distribute your 100 students score marks, it might be distribute something like this. Okay. Some of the students, it's a low score. For example, it's a below 35. It's for example above 75, and see, most of the data, it was falls between 45 to 65, something like that, right? Okay. See, what I'm trying to tell you. So with help of descriptive statistics, we can answer that what is the average score. We can find the middle score, and we can find the most common score. Like it here example is the score, but it could be the differ for use case to use case. Okay. And meanwhile, how spread out of your score or variance and standard deviation. Okay. So for example, here the mean is 50 and standard deviation or variance is 5. So 50, 55 and 45 and 40 and so 60 and 65, something like that, right? See how spread out of your score with help of variance and standard deviation. That all kind of stuff you can able to describe or summarize with help of descriptive statistics. Okay. Definitely we'll learn these things. If you want to answer these questions or if you want to describe or summarize, and from the descriptive statistics, we need to aware of it. We need to know measure of tendency, measure of central tendency. This is your module number 2, module number 3. Within the module number 3, and there is measure of central tendency. What is measure of central tendency? Measure of central tendency, it could help you to describe central data. To describe center data. If you have 100 students in your class and you conducted exam and they got some kind of score, and you want to talk about center data. So center data means who are getting most median mean data actually. So average data. Okay. So we are going to describing the center data. So that particular situation, we can use the terms or mean. Okay, we can use the terms or mean. So the mean we can represent it with average. Okay. Second one is median. Third one is mode. So median could help you for middle value. What exactly the middle term? Okay. So that we can find out with help of median. Mode means most frequency, most frequent value. Okay. Most frequent value. Okay. Let's go for see this, some examples of those things practically. Let me share my Visual Studio Code. Okay. So guys, I would like to go for creating the Jupyter notebook here. So if you want to create this Jupyter notebook, descriptive statistics dot ipynb. Okay, this is how we can able to create your Jupyter notebook within the Visual Studio Code, right? The reason why I'm doing actually, so every time opening the terminal and all, and it could be the bit of confusion and all. So that's the reason I'm going to be creating the descriptive statistics Jupyter notebook over here. And here I would like to go for take the some of the examples and all. Okay. So for example, even you already created your data frame, right? So let's take your this data. I'm going to be creating the data frame, and here we have a plain text that we need to be converting into the kernel. Change the kernel as the Python, then we can run it. When we are running, it will ask you like which Python environment. So I think I already created the Python environment, right? So this is your Python environment. Okay. So I'm using Python 3.10 and virtual environment is statistics underscore VVNY, and we are going to be installing the kernel. First time, if you're working with a Jupyter notebook and with that specific version and all, or else virtual environment, it will install the IPY kernel so that we can able to work with a Jupyter notebook on Visual Studio as well. Okay, it will take some time to install that kernel packages and all. Once it is done, then we can able to execute these things on your Jupyter notebook. Meanwhile, I can do it in my, because it's running, right? It will take some time for installation. So instead of waste of my time, then what I can do, I can able to go for creating the mean. So central tendency, right? So for calculating the mean of income. So here I would like to go with take the income is my income, and it's my feature. I would like to go for find the income of mean of income. Okay, so that I would like to go with holding into the mean income. So this is my one variable, so which we are holding the mean of your income. Okay, next one is I would like to go with holding the median value. Okay, median income. So for finding the median income, then we can use the df dot. Again, we are going to be using the income only, right? Income dot. Okay, so we can use the median method. So this is the method by default. We can able to use it. It is available. We can use it. So next one is mode. So most of the time, actually, mode it could help you for both categorical descriptive as well as numerical, quantitative, qualitative. Both it could help you. Okay. So mode income is, so mode means most frequent income, right? And df income dot. So we can have the mode option. So I can say instead of 35 two times, I can one time I can 50,000 I can repeat two times. Say now. Okay. So after that, I would like to go with print the mean income. Okay, this is how I would like to go with print this data in my Python file. Median data. Mode income. I can change here also. Okay, so save it and yeah, now we would like to go with run the same program. See, this is the mean income 1,25,000. Median is 75,000. Mode is 50,000. It was repeated, right? So that it's a 50,000. So that's what income type is. It's a 60. I mean, the data type is 60 integer data actually. Okay, that's how we can do it actually. And in the Jupyter notebook also. And yes, Pandas is not there, so we need to import it. Import. I'm working on Jupyter notebook actually now. Okay. Pandas is not there. So as PD. So done. So whatever you did from here, the same thing we can copy and we can paste here. Okay, we can run it So done, right? So 0 is okay. Now we can take it 50,000. You see, income is 50,000. We have only 0 indicating that only 0 order. Okay, this is only one. For example, if we have see, if we have 1 lakh, 1 lakh 1 lakh is repeated 2 times and 50,000 is also repeated 2 times. This particular situation, what happened? We'll see. We have 2 modes. So that's the reason 0 mode is 50,000. First mode is, so if you have 10 modes, then it will be give you the 10 elements, 0, 1, 2, something like that. Okay. Yep. I hope you understood this particular concepts, guys. And this is about descriptive statistics of measure of central tendency. And tomorrow's session, I would like to talk about measure of dispersions and all, how the data it was spreading. That we can definitely learn by tomorrow's session. After that one, interquartile range, skewness, quotasis, and some kind of visual explorations and all. That all things we can definitely learn by tomorrow's session. And if time consists, then we can able to go ahead with some kind of data visualization techniques and all for better understanding in terms of graphs and all. Okay. Yep. That is for today's session. I hope you really understood, and if you are understood, then that is good. If you're not, you can raise your question, and so that I would like to answer your questions at all. Is it clear?
Yeah, Anjan.
Yeah, I can share you this particular class recording in my channel, and please do subscribe as well.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.